shirt.
Yeah, we're looking pretty cute today. Nice and matching, you know.
I wore black yesterday.
Yep.
And you showed up with a black shirt, so I changed. And then today I figured, all right, I'll wear maroon. I'm safe, and you are maroon. Thanks, buddy.
No worries. Well, keeping things matching, I think that's absolutely fine. Well, Matthew, we have an interesting game to kick things off today. We've got Flipside versus Liquid. To be fair, Liquid, it's difficult to kind of work out where they're at right now. Yes, they had triple overtime of MVS yesterday, but you have to remember it was 15-7 at one point. They didn't really turn up to the game until that amazing 1v5 happened. And going into Overpass, I have to agree with Yana today. I think Flipside has actually got the upper hand here in terms of the tactical game on the T side especially. I think they're actually going to end up winning this first half. But let's get into it, shall we? It's going to be 4 sets of armor for Flipside, a Molotov and a smoke, of course, in the hands of Blade there. And doesn't look like there's any serious aggression here, but the CTs are going to be showing towards long, and it's JDM to open things up.
Nobody shot JDM to Waylander. He's looking for more as well. World Edit just around the corner. Backs away instead, gets behind the rock. Reload successful. 12 bullets in the USB. It's easy to get a little bit trigger happy and get caught out, so he's safely backed away, and this is smart from Team Liquid. No need to overextend getting that opening pick, so now they have to rely on a set defense over toward B, which could get some aggression based on that first pick, but they're still not committing either way yet. Flipside, minute and 12 to work with, lots of time.
Yeah, well, this is looking very good for Liquid so far. That 5-on-4. We can see there is one player towards B for Flipside, though. That's going to be Electronic. He had a fantastic performance yesterday. He's looking to lurk right now and see whether he can actually maybe open something up towards that side of the map, and his team are rotating over with the bomb as well.
JDM's going to sit in behind the truck, but now we're starting to see that. That's the interesting thing, because the double jump Nitro, I don't even think spotted it the first time, and Markelov, he nearly catches him out. It's Glock from range. There's no head armor, though, so it would have been significant damage, if not the kill, as Electronic starts to work in through Monster. And the smokes have been deployed, but it's only going to be one inside of the bomb site. Default coverage from window, which means they can try and get a plant, but they have to cross over catwalk, and that's being watched by 2 players. Nitro and Hiko together. Electronics made it in Monster. The rest are going to back away on this, and the good thing about this is because they've caused the rotation, World Edit's got a lot of traction over toward the A site. He can actually get in deep. If he finds even one kill here to hold off these rotations back to this side of the site, they can get a default plant down. Unfortunately for him, Pimp shoots above, and now it's going to be 5 players coming in for the back stairwell. Only 1 kill for World Edit. Electronic, reverse flank, shows up for 1. Markelov has a kill. They haven't returned. They haven't rotated. They haven't reacted, and finally Nitro does. Electronic nearly foils everything.
I told you, I had my eye on him at the start. He was coming in the back there. There's actually a couple of double fakes going on back towards B. It looked like they fully committed as well. The smoke was on the site, the Molotov towards Barrel as well. They'd actually fully committed, but they went all the way back through the connector towards that A bomb site. Electronic was waiting towards B, and he could have forward everything absolutely right there. He finds a couple of kills, but not quite enough to pick up the round. Liquid do take the pistol here, and I think that is very good news for them. It's their CD side is normally stronger on this map particularly, but they're very hot and cold in it. We've casted a lot of games where they have great CD sides and can't really arrive on the terrorist side, so we'll see what happens here. We're going to a semi-forced buy situation from Flipside, not fully committing. They have got 3 sets of armor and upgraded pistols as well. Deagles, PT-50s, Tech 9s, 2 smokes and a Molotov. Going to be holding up towards middle, seeing if there's any CT aggression coming in, and actually working quite quickly towards long. This could be interesting. Elite only has that MP9 to challenge Waylander, taking quite a lot of damage there as he goes under 47 HP.
He jumps back through smoke, but does get caught. Spraying with the MP9 low HP, that gives away tracers as well, so gave himself up ultimately with that low HP. Tech 9s, we know, extremely prevalent. JDM now flashed off, has to wait for the rotations around. There's one behind as well, so he may find the first pick. Doesn't even go beyond that to find Electronic, but either way, would have been traded out for the bathroom entry. It was, I think, Blade as well in that position. Either way, it's Electronic and Waylander working in the front side of the site with Blade now coming in from long. Pimp's going to put him down, drops bomb temporarily, but they're still pushing forward. These SMGs doing so much damage. Nitro holds true, and Hiko actually picks up both of the kills. But Nitro's there to support Hiko. Going low, we'll find the last and final kill on the World Edit as well.
Yeah, very scary round there for Liquid, but they managed to hold on just about. 2-0 comes in their favor. Aggressive stuff there with the Deagles and Tech 9 doing a lot of damage there. Comes down to the 2 versus 1 though in the end, and Liquid working together, using that buddy system, and here's Hiko just finishing things off there, managing to actually give them a huge advantage in the final stages of this round. Looking quite strong now. Should be another full eco now for Flipside. Just PT-50. You have got a smoke Molotov and 2 flashbangs. It's going to be Electronic picking those up. I've looked at the money for what that is as well. He will be able to pick up an AWP next round. Won't be the most reasonable buys. I guess he can get the AWP, and maybe not all the utility required. And fast play towards middle as the flashbangs go in. This going to be charging in with the PT-50s. The JDM's ready for them now with the SMG, farming his own money here as he manages to get $1,200 just like that.
Shot from Electronic in response, though. Significant damage. Down goes JDM. They're continuing to get guns down early, which will cause a lot of reinvestment from Liquid, which means they won't be stable to survive a potential loss if they lose the first gun round, which means back onto a save right away. So play the long game here. ELEAGUE does pick up 2. They can keep 4 alive here. They could avoid what I mentioned, and that'll be the case. ELEAGUE, again, the one to step up.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. JDM going down. He managed to get 2 kills with that, so it means he can definitely get the AWP. He's got $5,500, so he isn't looking amazingly well, but he still can get the AWP and body armor, which is absolutely fine against the AK, so he's managed to pick that up. But the 3-0 comes in for Liquid. We said they were going to struggle on this map. I'm not sure this was the best option for them going forward, but we'll see what they can do here on the first gun round. Normally the most interesting ones are the CTs and not necessarily fully equipped, and Pimp, he's got the MP9, Hiko with the UMP. I guess there's a little bit of bonus mentality there, but it's more about actually not really having the resources to do anything further than that. We'll see what happens here. It's JDM aggressive towards connector to see if he can open things up.
And like you said, they went with the body armor on JDM. It's not a big deal against the AKs. Head armor not that significant unless it comes to a pistol duel by some means, but for an Opera, that's not likely. As you said, he gets aggressive. They've actually got a bit of a boost so he can see above the windows into the short tunnel as well before the smokes were deployed, and they back away completely, so he's already back up toward bathrooms. Pimple likes to rotate that way as well, rather than going all the way down through the squeaky door.
Yeah.
They didn't want to confront anyone that would potentially in that hallway, so safe rotation long through A for Pimp to get back to window or inside B. We'll see which way he goes.
Totally makes sense for JDM to do that at the start of this round. Obviously, they've got those 2 SMGs. They want the big AWP to find the first pick, giving them an advantage, something to work with here, but hasn't been able to do anything about it. It's good flash. Electronics should be taken down here. Nice work from Liquid as he could have picked up the kill. That's the 5-on-4 they wanted. They can upgrade one of those SMGs now as well.
They're going to leave Hiko out a little further. Markelov was inside that squeaky door and made a bit of noise. I wasn't sure if they were going to hear him or not, but with Nitro backing up and Hiko staying, could have cost them. So Markelov still trying to find an angle to open that up, look for some jump information. Same out toward Flower Pot at long. But at this point, again, Liquid showing discipline that's much needed to win these games, especially in majors, especially against a tactical team like Flipside. Get the first kill, fall back, stay alive. Good pick from Wayland, though, and that's from Hiko, actually overextending slightly. So good trade from Nitro, an important trade, because that goes against everything I just said.
Well, absolutely. There's only 20 seconds remaining now. They've only just got the bombers in towards bathrooms. They can't really afford to sit around and wait. It's going to be JDM on the A bomb site. Alone for now, the rotation's coming in from ELEAGUE.
JDM's looking for the off shot, mistimes the scope out, and they get a little bit close. Well, then able to shuffle out. ELEAGUE has to play his angle right because they're coming from both sides. But importantly, he drops the bomb, and that means no plant time. 2 seconds, it's over. That single kill from ELEAGUE ends up converting the round, and I think World Edit went down after time.
Yeah, really nice stuff there from Liquid. Like we said, they're being assertive at the start of the round, looking for frags there. Good flashbangs towards the short tunnels, finding that first kill on towards Electronic as well. And I think, did World Edit die?
He went down after time.
There you go. So that's actually really beneficial for Liquid now. It's going to be another full Eco going forward, a 5-0 on a CT side. A really good position to be in. And just good, nice, confident work from Liquid there. We did describe them having that lesser buy, and that's a dream scenario. You win the first 3 rounds, get that 3-0, and then with your SMGs, you manage to push and find kills at the start of the round. So, looking very good right now. Can still keep those SMGs up. You can see ELEAGUE with the MP9, Hiko with the UMP, absolutely perfect. Unarmored players to go up against. They can farm some more money here and start stabilizing through a couple of rough rounds they've had in Nitro to open things up.
We didn't see that on the main screen. Nitro just hit a beautiful shot on Electronic through Monster. And it was a second peek as well, because it was a missed flash, and he was nearly spotted from far, but it's going to leave them now 5 versus 2. Blade, Markelov, the only ones remaining for Flipside, who could get down 5-0 early. It does maximize the loss bonus, so a bomb plant not as important here. They'll still have enough to buy based on the money they saved, but I think long-term, maybe you could read into it slightly. More importantly, they've got to win consecutive rounds to avoid a reset.
We're going to see a World Edit AWP for sure coming after this maximum loss bonus. That's when things really start to get interesting. He's certainly pivotal in this team with that weapon. It wasn't as strong as we could have expected yesterday on Nuke, but we'll see what he can bring today on
So
Pass.
to go back to that thought, we said bomb plant, just another $800 injection. They're going to get 3,400. World Edit died after time in the previous round. He only had 1,000, so he's at 4,400. He doesn't have enough for the op himself.
So, Blade
Bomb
6K
plant would have done it. They could drop it over for sure.
So there it is. It has been dropped over to World Edit. I think that's the best of it. Like, if he's playing in these big tournaments, he's in form. He looks incredibly sharp. If he can have some sort of opening stats today, that'll be great for the morale to open things up after the 5-0 deficit. We can see the buy comes in. It's not the best, but you can see Wayland with our head armor. That's actually quite a big deal. And he's only on 1 for 5 right now as well. But we'll see whether we get more aggressive play here from Liquid. They still have the SMGs in hand. They're trying to build the bank balance up as much as they possibly can. 2 players towards long. That's going to be ELEAGUE with that MP9 getting nice and close. And he's going to be backed up as well by JDM. So JDM's going to be baiting him in towards long. You can see that actually happening right now. As soon as JDM pulls the trigger, that's when ELEAGUE will come around the corner and try and take one of those players down.
World Edit's the one that's out there with the AWP flash over.
Here he comes.
Catch the reverse play. But ELEAGUE, as you say, getting ever closer. It's a tight angle. He's got to hit shots, and he's got to hope World Edit doesn't react in time. Long flash that's out from his teammate to try and help him, and World Edit does hit it. Markelov will follow up on Nitro. Finally, a foot into a round from Flipside.
Yeah, well, it looked like it was going to work quite nicely there. I thought the flashbang from JDM would actually work in their favor, but a little bit mistimed. ELEAGUE goes down. This is another kind of bonus round for them, 2 SMGs, but now we have got a firm advantage for Flipside. It's going to be World Edit on 9 HP, but they've got a lot of time here. This is their bread and butter, getting the man advantage, holding up and executing on towards Bob's side. So you can see the reaction now coming in from Team Liquid, trying to get a pick in their favor. Needs something to happen for them, but doesn't look like it's going to be coming in. JDM with a nice pick in the back there, but he just wants to save his AWP now. It's a 3 versus 1. Known for 1v5s, Matt. This situation is a little bit different.
Yeah, I would say Bomb already down in this case. He's on the defensive side. He'll look for what he can. Now, the other important aspect of this is just getting close enough to the bomb to keep them guarding it, to keep them close to the blast radius. Remember, we just talked about reset. Any gun he takes down right now is massive.
Absolutely. Especially World Edit on HP as well. Electronic actually gets hit through the door there, yes. Had he got him that, even if he goes down, I think that would have been a really worthy pick for him to actually to disable the money a little bit further of Flipside there, but they managed to keep 3 alive and pick up their first round. But the reset bonus now, that's completely gone. So the fact is they have to reinvest into this round of all the grenades and pick up a couple of AKs as well. It'll still be very damaging if they lose this round. So a great chance for Liquid. The first time they've actually had a full buy here. They've been having SMGs almost every single round so far. This time they got the 4M4s, the JDM AWP as well, and we'll see if they bring anything new to the table in terms of an aggressive pick with the AWP.
How serious does JDM look in that picture? It's like the most serious face I've ever seen.
Well, he means business this round. He's pushing off towards short, through the smoke, looking for that first pick once again. Seems like he's in the zone right now, wants to be hitting these shots and opening things up for his team. ELEAGUE towards middle. Another fantastic performance for him yesterday. A lot of people are calling him the best player in North America right now. Stats yesterday certainly suggest that could be true.
He leads the way again early in this game. Tied with Electronic, who's the up-and-comer on Flipside. Speaking of, they start to approach out toward Long. Blade flashing himself in toward Bathroom Connector. He's going to clear that off. And it's Pimp and ELEAGUE that want to go for the bench boost in front of Bathrooms. But the peculiar part about this is that they don't have anyone, and ELEAGUE gets caught by that, by a missed jump. They hear it coming through. Good shot as well, World Edit. That's from the party through the small window. Through the door, through the window, but they don't have anyone else in A, so even if they'd gone long, they had trouble over toward that side of the map, and Markelov taking Hiko twice now. Liquid's going to get caught, early picks down, good response from JDM. Smoke doesn't quite go far enough, it distinguishes the flames, but doesn't quite bounce to cover this angle, and that means Markelov can't cross over. They have to go in through Monster. Bomb still just coming in from T-spawn now as well. It's going to give them a little bit more time to set up a defensive position, but Pimp's not rotated because he's wondering why they're not in the site yet. Finally, Smoke Wall will come forward. Molotov to segregate the 2 defensive players on either side, and Bomb Plant to go to default. Importantly as well, Electronic snuck up underneath the window, so even if they wrap around into the site, they've got to confront him. And it's a crossfire set with Blade to do so. Further smokes on window. I'd back away right now if I'm Liquid.
It's been beautiful to watch so far how Flipside have actually taken advantage of the situation. They've got the man advantage, actually placing the smokes, not overcommitting, and Blade hits another shot. That should secure the round at this point. 4-on-2. Actually, really beautiful CS there as a whole from that Flipside round. Actually managing to shut them down with the utility, stopping any sort of aggressive pushes coming in from Liquid at the start as well. Really textbook stuff and managing to pick up that second round. So they avoid that loss bonus we've been talking about, and the full reset won't be happening this time. It will be 5-2. Still in favor of Liquid. They're managing to save the M4 in the hands of Pimp. We'll have a look at the money quickly. They've got about just around the 3.5k mark, I'd say, but not going to be enough to buy. But Pimp saved the M4. Maybe can do a vest around this, get some upgraded pistols. They could go for SMGs in a famous hybrid. We'll see what they decide to do. It is 5-2. They don't want to allow the Flipside bank accounts to swell themselves, and that's why they're going to take a timeout right now, just to discuss their options and work out what's going to be best. And here's that first shot. That is a crazy angle from World Edit, looking for that boost to come in, and actually nails that first shot. Lovely stuff by him.
Yeah, that's a very tight shot to pick. And considers it too. He already had it pre-aimed, ready for it.
Yeah, well, this is why they need him on the AWP. That's when he looks his absolute best. They went down the 5-0. He said the orb's coming. He couldn't afford one. It gets dropped over, then they start winning rounds. That's what they need. And Zeus, not looking too happy about this. 2 in a row, but they're working out what the plan is going forward. It doesn't look like they're going to invest into this one. I think I see a couple of PT-50s purchased up here. Pimp, of course, he saved the M4A1S. So he's not even going to buy any grenades with this. Wants to keep his money a little bit stronger. So here's a diffuse kit. ELEAGUE purchases a smoke. Maybe they want to stick together. We know Liquid like to kind of group up in these sort of rounds, stay like a 4-man unit, flashing each other in and trying to overwhelm their opposition. And Flipside, they look like they're heavily committing towards B after this pause. Maybe just a straight up rush.
Blade's going fast. He's already inside of the site. He's already inside of Monster. Hiko's going to try and push off on short. Now, if he wins that one pick and picks up a gun, maybe he could have done something, but he goes down right away to Waylander, and Pimp with the M4 does find one, but they've got to keep that.
Yeah, it's always such a terrifying call to make when you're an in-game leader. Just to call the B-Rush, when you know they're going to be in eco and they save the weapon, it's a very common
stack.
Yeah, it's a very common strategy in those kind of rounds to stack B and have the M4 player by himself to call, I would say. That's like quite a common call for a lot of the top teams. And just to call the B-Rush, yes, most of the time it will work for you, but if you do run into the stack, it's so gutting to actually go up against that and potentially lose a round. It's definitely a bit of a Hail Mary call, but does shut it down quite quickly if you get a bit of lucky there. And this time, looks like they'll be getting in. Only losing one player so far, that's Waylander. Pimp and ELEAGUE surviving for now. You can see ELEAGUE on your screen. He's actually got the 5-7 all the way in T-spawn. Hoping to find some active frags here. You could see Flipside potentially going for a hunt. They know Pimp still has a weapon. They're going to be pushing in, but maybe not overcommitting just yet. ELEAGUE lying in wait.
Ooh. I'm waiting for it because he sees it. Oh, I think World Edit got him.
He did.
Yeah. No, ELEAGUE got World Edit. Okay, so that looked like World Edit just reset it. He did get the op down right at the end of time.
Did he pick it up?
He didn't pick it up. It was way too far away. Unless the bomb magically threw it into his hands. But that's pretty impressive that he does get him down. Well, everyone's watching. That guy's going to be, I think that guy and Anders' son, Walter, they're going to make a team and be pros in the future. But Major is on, wife is sick, and the kids are home. You know, Dad of the Year.
Yeah.
Early nomination.
Multitasking at its best.
Yep. Priorities. Like I say, that kid's going to be a good CS player. It's got to start now.
Well, then let's get into round number 9, shall we? It is another gun round, of course. JDM back on the AWP. Not so aggressive this time. It'll just be holding up towards long. Pretty standard position for most AWPers. A lot of them like to be on top of that flower bed just there, but this time he's going to be on the lower angle. Why did they got a best of them at this position last time? And he will be challenging once again. Will he be getting a flashbang from his teammate? Yet to be seen. There it is. But JDM pulls the trigger regardless. As soon as he gets flash, picks up the first kill.
That's such a mind game in CS because everyone knows a flash on a corner usually means an ensuing peek. Everyone knows, exactly, you normally wait to peek, but then the operas have learned to wait. So it's become this little mind game, like, I'm going to peek right away, or am I not? So when does he pre-fire? He nails it that time.
He pulls the trigger as soon as he's flashed, which is the safest thing to do to get yourself out of danger, but normally an AWP will wait like half a second, just to pretend he's not there sort of thing. It's definitely a mind game. This time JDM coming out on top, can't nail that second shot though. Still wants a challenger. They have got the 5-on-4, just going to be feeling the map out there. ELEAGUE finds a second kill. That should secure the round at this point for the North Americans.
Both on the A side, and they know they're committed to long at this point, so the counter smoke. Molotov, flash, everything goes out toward Waylander, who's waiting for that flame to finally extinguish. Little nade damage, another Molotov, that puts him on the inside of the smoke. He can hide in it, doesn't have to commit all the way through, but as he does, found by JDM, Shadow shows, and World Edit, Electronic left alone. They're going to continue on this, though. They're up to 3 rounds in a row. World Edit unfortunately caught before he can do anything. Bomb gets dropped, and Electronic is well committed into this situation, but wants to find at least one kill. Not going to happen. Pimp's going to hold it down 6-3, Liquid with all 5 staying alive.
Yeah, that was a clean default round from Flipside there. You can see their intention, try and get this long control, push JDM back, but unfortunately for them, the flashbang kill comes in. He finds a couple more here as well. Nice one from JDM. Didn't go aggressive this round. It's pretty standard stuff from him, just nailing the shots that really count. Still a lot of money available for Flipside here. I think they have got a full buy. World Edit. It's going to be an AWP drop for him. I think we can just see that on the floor there. And here we go. Then this is a big round for either side. You can see the money not great in both camps, and it's going to be Waylander on a UMP here. So once again down to World Edit. Didn't get too lucky towards long last time. We'll see where he ends up. And challenges towards mid. JDM will be waiting above that smoke as well. Oh, I think you just about saw him. And there's the headshot to open things up. This time going in favor of Flipside.
Such a battle as well on this map. That's the big timing.
Yeah, this
we all talk about.
It's one of those maps, especially on the CD side, that's really fun to cast. These top AWPers, like Device comes to mind especially. He's so good at opening up these sort of angles and looking for those first kills at CT. And when you've got a top AWPer on your side as well, the battle always happens at the start of the round. It's really exciting to watch.
So Waylander grabbing utility off. Dead body, op down below. Elects to stay with the UMP. Now he'll grab the AWP if he had it originally. An opportunity presented itself inside of bathrooms. They now know that he's on top of that gun, so I doubt the repeat will come through in ELEAGUE. Getting closer in the X-ray, but he's actually on the far side of that wall. So he's on the outside of the bathrooms watching the front.
As I mentioned before, this is Flipside. This is where they want to be. This is where their favorite kind of CS. They've got the first pick. They're getting some map control slowly but surely. You can see they've got long control on the top left. Getting some bar from play as well. They can do a full execution towards the A site and actually hopefully work as a unit. Waylander's dropped that AWP as well. He wants to have some close range encounters there with that UMP, but ELEAGUE, he's able to fly in the AWP in here. Can he shut them down at all?
Nice pick from ELEAGUE in the first. Follow-up flash not there, so unfortunately goes down to Electronic, but he's done a job to at least pull this to an even situation and get information, because with 39 seconds, another 29 seconds, they've got to go on this A side, and Nitro's dropped the bomb down. That's going to put it over by Truck. Unfortunately, with him gone, they have lots of time to grab it. It's Hiko remaining. Has to rotate all the way from B.
Yeah, and he's got one smoke to work with here, but he is known as the clutch master of the North American scene. Definitely not out of the realms of possibility here. World Edit and Blade waiting for him, but that smoke locks him out for a little bit longer.
And they've got a perfect crossfire set as well. Doesn't even consider going to bank stairs. He knows it's a tighter choke point to come up. So instead he tries to smoke further into theirs, potentially walk through and catch them. They know he's there, they've heard him, they're making a lot of noise, and his smoke works. He gets through World Edit, doesn't see him coming, but he can't find the bomb, and Blade, he's gonna get the kill.
Yeah, not really much you can do with that one. And once you're smoked out like that and you know the bomb's ticking away, you've given away your position from dropping the smoke. Here's the opening kill from World Edit. Like we said, it's going to be an interesting battle. It has been to and fro, but this time World Edit opening things up. And like I said, that's Flipside at their absolute best. That's pretty much textbook CS from them. Getting that first pick, getting the map control in. Basic execution there. Wasn't it like a wall of smokes there? Just one towards city spawn, one on bank, a Molotov on the site, sticking together and refragging. That's what they're very good at. This kind of textbook classic CS strategies that they seem to nail when they get the opportunity to. But that's actually a big round for them to pick up now. They've got the scoreline to 6-4. We can see the money is actually paused for 4 here while Liquid work out whether they actually buy into this one. Having a look at it, it's $3,400 for Hiko. They certainly can buy map, but it wouldn't be the best. I think they probably will. There'll be one player on towards an SMG.
Yeah, I think they have to. They've got 3 players above 5K. So they'll even get the op-out onto JDM, but that's 2 timeouts used from Team Liquid. It is a CT-sided map, ever so slightly still. But 2 of the 4 used to try and get Zeus's input in early.
Look at this spawn from JDM. Doesn't get much better than that. It's pretty much the most idyllic spawn you can get as an AWPer. Not going to be fully committing this time, though. Maybe he was a little bit rattled after getting his head blown off towards the party area before. He'll just be holding up and watching the fountain. Another slow round coming in from Flipside here, but ELEAGUE, he finds that first pick.
It's down in the underpass.
I think they were doing that boosting towards Connector, potentially. It must have been, yeah.
Tell you in 2 seconds if I can find the body, because we didn't quite see it. And you're right, yep, they found him in short tunnel. It's the second time that they've done that. We'll have a replay of it after the rounds.
Yeah, they were doing it with the AWP before. This time it's ELEAGUE boosted up, and for anyone who doesn't know what I mean, it's in the connector area. They drop a smoke by the window, boost up on the stairs, and they can look into that short underpass at that point and find that first pick.
It's the only time they've done it. It does catch them off. It's not common you see it, and you're not usually expecting it coming through short. You're usually expecting the jump behind plywood, but the smoke at the tunnel itself has meant Markelov's gone down there and not found anything. With them backing up, he'll take over this underpass situation in connector, but bomb way back toward T-spawn, 58 seconds. Long rotations between the 2 sites. So we've got to see them get more map control here soon if they want to try and execute.
Well, this is the man to do it. World Edit actually going to be pushing in towards the bathroom area here. Flashbang to potentially push back anyone waiting for him. It will be ELEAGUE on the other side. If he can find this pick, they still have time to work with here and could go back towards the B-bomb site.
In the corner, ELEAGUE. Different angle again this time to play a passive-aggressive hold on bathrooms.
He's happy just to get 1 kill. And you have the 5 and 4. These kind of angles aren't the worst in the world. You can get 1, he might get refragged, but that's absolutely fine.
It's going to have a lot of pressure. The problem is that 3 players inside B. It's a bit of a rotation to get back onto A, so ELEAGUE needs to get at least 1. He's done that. He might get more. World Edit's found him. But this is exactly it. Pimp's rotating over. JDM smoked off, just has to cover the entrance. They may get a plant out of this. He misses the shot. That's going to open up the site. So a 3 versus 3, Hiko's going to be a big factor in this, rotating around for the flank as well as they go for the default plant. Bathrooms in the post plant's going to be crucial. Markelov taking Nitro. They've turned this situation entirely, and it's all due to the late rotations. Hiko has to kill the flank out now. He's done it with World Edit, or rather, excuse me, Waylander. He'll go down. And that means they don't have bathrooms covered, which means they can get more aggressive out toward long. They'll have the information that that's exactly where they have to be, but instead it's going to be Blade going aggressive, catches off Pimp. It's all onto Hiko, and they know he's coming around from bathrooms as well. So now it can be a pinch play. They're going to try and rotate out, bait to push them into the site. He hasn't looked the right direction, though, and they already sprayed through. Markelov's got the kill, and Flipside, with just taking down ELEAGUE that early, are able to take the round.
Yeah, after losing that first pick as well, that was actually quite impressive for Flipside to recover the situation, especially with Hiko coming in for the flank. Left in a 2 versus 1, not really much he could do about that situation. He had the SMG, as we described before, and here's the little replay of what we were describing towards that short time. It's a lovely little boost. The smoke just protects him from any fast play in that connector area as well. And unfortunately, don't win the round, but there it is. Flipside closing the gap, 6-5 now, and that certainly is going to be Hiko for Team Liquid. So it's going to be PG50s and just a default pistols, 1 flashbang. Like we said, they normally group up on these rounds, stay as a 4-man unit, one of them flashes them in. This time it'll be Hiko, flash towards mid. Actually, a very defensive hold from Flipside. This is well read by them, not overcommitting towards mid, waiting for the CDs to walk in their crosshairs and protecting themselves from the utility.
Nice shot, World Edit getting aggressive on the SMG, catches 2 players pushing up toward the fountain as he'd already wrapped up toward long. He's looking for more as well. He'll get it. Eco goes down. ELEAGUE in his way. Well, that's more money for an AWP player who ties it now 6-6 for Flipside. 6-6 for Flipside. That doesn't really work, Henry, but this round for Flipside.
Yeah, well, the money's actually still in an interesting position for Liquid. They can get 5 rifles, but suddenly can't get the AWP. So, JDM, not known for his M4 skills, will be forced to be on that weapon this round. They haven't got a single defuse kit, so you're going to have to see something more aggressive once again from Liquid. They need to be hunting for that first kill. We've seen the boost towards Connector a couple of times now. I don't think they can rely on that again. Maybe boosting the actual B bomb side itself, change the angle up, push towards long. We'll see what they have to do here. They know they need to find this first pick.
Perfect spawn for JDM, but unfortunately not with the AWP this time, so he'll hold up at bathrooms. He and ELEAGUE, they'll be playing it together. Smoke, cover the cross from Fountain, but very passive play from Flipside as well because they want to figure out what the buy is going to be against them.
Especially against a very execution... Oh god, that shot is always so scary to watch. Especially against a very execution-based sort of team like Flipside. You can't allow them to get the bomb down. If they get some map control here, wall of smokes with the bomb planted and no kits, that's pretty much round over. So they need to be very careful here to not really allow that to happen. Try and strike maybe towards shore, push long, just try and find that first pick any way they can here at this point. You can see ELEAGUE hunting for it, but no one giving him anything away just yet.
ELEAGUE, man, he's getting so aggressive in this position.
Too.
World Edit nearly spots him. Thankfully, doesn't show his shoulder. That's close. X-Ray misleading. They can't quite see him. Long shot, and World Edit misses. Allows the rifle to take one, but Waylander comes back around and hits ELEAGUE in return. Gets tagged to 56, but now they have the AWP back in their possession in a 4 versus 4, which favors the offense.
Yeah, very committed there, ELEAGUE. No backup from JDM. I'd have preferred him to actually be there and actually get the lead back and actually keep that advantage, but not going to be working out this time. Like I said, a lot of execution potential here. Only 1 smoke remaining for the CTs and 3 smokes for Flipside. Full execution towards B, smoke towards heaven, the bomb site. It's going to be very difficult to hold this off.
Eco waiting in the water. Nitro trying to get through the smokes. So many of them in play. Hasn't heard the bomb yet go for the plant, so he's trying to wait this out. They're going to boost right above him. He's on the inside of the sandbags, and Electronic sees his head through the top of the smoke. Blade's going to follow up on JDM. It's all on to Eco, but low HP. He goes down, and Pimp removed from the activity. 1 versus 3. Flipside looking very convincing with execution. As per always, they've now won 6 out of the last 7, and it's about to be 7 out of the last 8.
Yeah, well, we saw ELEAGUE had to do that round. He goes aggressive, he tries to get the first pick, which he gets, but the refrag comes in. It's not quite enough at that point. It does heavily favor the offense when that situation comes in a 4-on-4. It means the CTs are spread a lot thinner, especially when they've got no utility to work with as well. You normally need the incendiary, the counter smokes, just...
We are going to win.
Good work there, taking out Nitro, who was lurking in the smoke. Not really much you could do about that one. Hiko in a world of trouble as well as he goes down. Well then, 7-6, Flipside take the lead for the first time. This was a 5-0 game to kick things off, Matt, but Flipside, since they got the AWP in the hands of World Edit, been a very different story. He's currently on 10 for 10, and another eco for Team Liquid. Unfortunately for them, it's going to be 5 sevens, Deagles, and 1 smoke. No flash this time, like we normally say, they like to sort of flash into these tight choke points and see what they can do. Maybe the boost comes in once again. It's the same team going towards Connector, same smoke as well. A couple of boosts appearing here. The 3-man boost towards the B side. Get a Deagle up there. You can actually look towards the bomb side itself, and then we have the boost towards Connector as well, is it? No, they actually do have 2 players kind of holding the flanks, I guess.
Very grouped play from Liquid. Minimap makes it look actually a lot closer than it is. It's 2 inside of the low connector, and then the boost at jungle. So ELEAGUE waiting with JDM, double flash through. JDM's caught by both. He's going to get Molotov'd out as well. ELEAGUE is hard off in 32. Don't take another step. Don't spread another inch further, but he actually does survive that somehow. But this is the triple boost for Nitro, and he's going to try and let them walk into his crosshair. Shoulder not showing. Misses the shot, though. Electronic turns. That's an opportunity missed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tricky situation to be in, but I think he should have pulled that one off. He's had a rough tournament so far. Not the Nitro we're used to seeing in these big tournaments. He had a very quiet game yesterday, but we'll see whether he can deliver now. Decides to put off towards shore. They know he's going to be in this area, but Markelov finds him. Gets a double and the triple. Markelov single-handedly shutting this round down. It's going to be a 5-on-2 now. ELEAGUE Not really much they can do at this point. 8-6, and we go into round number 15 at this point. Flipside looking very strong indeed. And Liquid, since the pistol in the first few gun rounds, haven't really turned up to this game. To be another difficult one for them. I think Nitro can drop the AWP, but here's Markelov, the 3-man spray down. Not too flashy, to be fair. It's against unarmored oppositions running into your crosshair when you're committed to a full spray, but still, every frag counts in that scenario. It's going to be round number 15, and the AWP comes in for JDM. So, I would say the last few encounters, Walden has had the better of him, but he's got that good spawn. Does he go towards party once again?
I think he's going to go lower. Oh, not even. Post up at bathrooms. So it's going to be 3B off the start with JDM and ELEAGUE working together on that AWP at A. Waylander's getting ever closer to that party. As World Edit waits with his op. Now with smoke in front of him at Monster. Curious to see where this leads us, because with 4 players committed right now onto the B side from Flipside, they want to try and find the opening pick, but bomb is dropped back in the stairwell. And Waylander's just holding off A. Markelov checks top stairwell at connector. They leave themselves options. And a minute 12 to work with.
Yeah, just baiting out whatever the CT's got available for them. There's no aggression here whatsoever from Team Liquid. We're going to be holding back in quite a default hold, 3 towards B at the moment.
And you say bait out whatever they have. They've already baited out 2 smokes on Monster, 1 on short. That's 3 out of the 5 smokes they had. 4th one's just been deployed. I'll let you know where when I see it. Front bathrooms.
And we still have 5 smokes of Flipside and a pick coming in as well. They're so good, especially well done. Nice work from him. Takes 2 down. Only coming into this B side. Pimp left there. Not really much you can do about this situation, I'm afraid. Round over. It will be 9-6 in the first half. A 4 Flipside, unless an absolute monster performance comes in from JDM. I don't see it happening. This should be...
This door. Oh, as soon as it opens, Markelov's there. But you're right, this should be another round for Flipside.
Yeah, not really much you can do about that at all. Just really, really well played from Flipside. Like I said, bleeding the CTs out, leaving them nothing to work with there. They're forced to commit towards the Monster Tunnel. What hits both the shots required. Now JDM, another 1v5. He opens things up, but there it is. 9-6 comes in, and we have to remember, Matt, they had a 5-0 lead. They only picked up 1 round after that. As soon as Flipside got the AWP out and got to stabilize their economy, they were absolutely fine. Textbook CS, smooth sailing throughout, just looked very confident. Once they were doing the defaults, nothing too flashy. And even in terms of the execution, we expect them to have really detailed and intricate executions on this map, but didn't really have to use them that much. They were getting the first picks convincingly and working as a good team and actually refragging very effectively.
Again, a good performance from ADR from ELEAGUE, though. Even down 9-6 or 6-9 from his perspective, gets 101, 100 for World Edit. And we said when the op came out, things would change. That's when the game did change. Yeah. That's when they started winning rounds. Even when he didn't have it in some rounds, they were still picking them up. But the execution, I think, stands out more than anything. Yeah. So good, so coordinated. Late approaches, even when they were down 2 men and they catch off JDM and ELEAGUE on A, they beat the rotations and pick up that round. Remember, Hiko tried to go for the flank play with the SMG, and it doesn't work out. But 9-6, like you say, after being up 5-0 for Liquid, this is shocking. And remember, this is an 0-1 bracket game. Neither of these teams could go down 0-2.
A double Superman buy once again, Matt. We had this yesterday. It seems to be phased it on Nuke, I believe. Now it seems to be in fashion now. When we say that, we call it Superman when you buy a Tech 9 or get dropped to Tech 9 and buy up armor for yourself. Obviously, that's not available unless you get that dropped over. So we've got 2 players, ELEAGUE and JDM, both have Tech 9s and body armor as well. That suggests you're going to be rushing normally. You're going to be smoking off one area, maybe towards the B site, smoke heaven, or the bomb site itself, sending those 2 Supermen in to do some work and try and rush down the waiting CTs on the other side. You can see them discussing. They do have 5 minutes available to them if they want it at half time. So, got to take it. Why not? Liquid have a rough up there. Probably want to kind of recalibrate, get some words of motivation from Zeus. But we'll see what happens here. Oh,
well, we've got another ELEAGUE Major tweet. This one doesn't need any words with it. We are really forming a super team in the making. This is player number 3. It's Walter, the last baby, and this one. I don't know their names. They'll have to tell us. But this guy's got a future ahead of him too. I don't know what he's chewing.
What is he? What is he eating there? Doesn't look like food, but
it's all right. He's still teething. Okay.
Okay.
It's acceptable.
Either way. The Ports comes in. Second half, Liquid. Really rough stuff for them. 9-6. So, to be fair, this is considered a CD-sided map. Flipside in a very comfortable position, especially if they pick up this pistol. We'll see what kind of strategy is going to be deployed by Liquid. Like we said, a double Tech 9 setup. They have got 1 smoke in the hands of Pimp and a flashbang, I believe, for Hiko as well. So, there we go then. Doesn't look like they go towards B this time. Maybe let's try to rush towards middle. JDM goes towards the connector here.
Taz's baby could also be on that team. They want to wait 1 more year. ELEAGUE pushing one of, as you said, the 2 Supermans. Actually, I take that. No, he is. Yeah, okay, so Nitro's got armor as well. He's the 3rd guy that bought armor in this, as the other 2 would have dropped, Pimp and Hiko. But He's trying to find the opening pick with the Tech 9. Can't. Spots another one back toward the dumpster, but Blade's already got Nitro down. Headshot from the USB, and they're still trying to find angles. Team tag comes through on JDM, and a reload for ELEAGUE. That leaves a knife ticket into play. Thankfully, he saves his teammate, and that also opens things up because JDM finds another kill on top of it. It's an awkward round, and Waylander, timely on the flank, is going to take down Superman ELEAGUE, leaving just JDM with 25, and Hiko no armor 97, and a Glock. And the bomb down inside of the site as well. They can't even get fancy and try and cleverly wrap around and go toward B, which smartly Electronic is going to do and take the safe rotation on 8 HP. Spotted up Hiko already from the backside of the truck. Waylander, he's going to get pinched though because they're wrapping the Tech 9. Can't find now, Will, and they're going to have time for this plant.
Yeah, not the prettiest around so far, but it's looking promising for Team Liquid. Electronic coming in with the backstab here. Both players very low HP indeed, but he's only got 8 to work with himself. No kit. And he's starting to edge his way in. As soon as he finds one kill, if he does, gives a position away, and it gives a huge advantage of the T's as well, especially with the kind of plan they have down. This should be an open shut case. I can't see any grounds for Electronic winning this one, but let's see what he can do.
8 HP if he does, it would be incredible. Oh, Hiko. It looked like he had his attention on the lower stairs for a second, but he does turn at the right time. Hits the headshot and a much-needed pistol. This could lead us to a 9-9 score, and then it's game on.
I was expecting some sort of intricate strategy there, considering the buy they had with the 2 Tech 9s, body armor, and smoke. The smoke almost, I'm not sure if that's intentional. Presumably you want the smoke to land the entire entrance of the banquet, so you can't actually have any visibility whatsoever. He sees the smoke land, he's actually just stepping to the left and actually having full vision, and almost acts as a veil when he falls back after he finds his kills. Blade gets 2. Looks like he's going to fall apart for Liquid. They managed to kind of scramble the round together just about. And in terms of the flip side, Retort here, there's no force by necessarily 2 players with head armor and some 5.7s, but 3 players not really heavily committing. A couple of PT50s here. And an interesting buy from Team Liquid, I have to say. 3 MAC-10s, a Galil, and only 1 AK. So certainly a chance for flip side, but considering they haven't fully committed, I'd say this is pretty favourable for Liquid going forward. They're going to be holding up for now, seeing if there is any initial aggression coming in from the CTs. We have got 2 players towards long. And will be World Edit and Electronic. That's a player with the 5.7 and armor as well. The idea here is World Edit baits his teammate in. As soon as he fires a few shots, that's when Electronic starts to face, and we'll see if this works out for them.
But it tries desperately to hit shots. Slows his pace of fire down as well, but that still won't work. ELEAGUE add another 2 to his phenomenal total in this tournament. 17 in this game now, on round 17. And he had 47 over 45 rounds. He's averaging a kill a round in this entire major, but yes, you were about to point out, very quiet game for Nitro.
Yeah.
Second time in a row as well that he's been quiet, but they close out the round. Waylander does take Nitro down. It's usually Nitro and ELEAGUE we talk about being the 1-2, and when they're both on, they win games. We've only seen ELEAGUE in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hiko hasn't had the best one either. But yeah, Nitro was one of the superstars last year for this team, constantly at the top of the scoreboard. Yesterday, very, very quiet indeed. Right now, 5 for 11. But they do win the pistol on the second round as well. That's going to force Flipside onto another eco here, and it should tie things up at 9-9. So let's remember, Liquid have won both pistols. They had the 5-0 lead in the first half. And let's see whether they can continue here. Should be the 3-0, as we only have PT50s and the default pistols for Flipside here. No nades at all. So a chance for these MAC-10s just to run themselves into the tight choke points. Far from cash. Some nice wall bangs going on here. Blade goes down to 40 HP. They are going to be doing a B stack. This is what I was talking about before. When we saw Flipside straight up rushing B, it's a very common strategy when you are on the eco just to sit in the B bomb site and hope that happens for you. That's why I prefer this sort of approach on the anti-ecos. Stick into a default, wait for any sort of aggression to start, use your incendiaries, use your smokes, the flashbangs, and work as a team. The rushes don't really do it for me. I think it's a little bit too scary to watch, and especially in a major. The very high risk call.
Waylander, the only one scouting at B right now. So the rest comfortably watching over the A site. Truck boost as well.
Yeah, I like this. You can see he's actually got a teammate Electronic in front of him as well, so the idea is it's getting baited in. They've only got those default pistols really to work with. It's not like it's a man to a flurry of frags here, but they've been baited back towards the B side.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, and they've seemed fully committed to this, and the problem is it's actually Liquid heading towards A. It's very unlikely to do anything with this round regardless, but an open A bomb site, a few rotations coming in now. JDM doing some damage. Can't find the initial kill just yet, but there it is. ELEAGUE takes down Electronic.
And Pimp's going to follow up. JDM is trying to swing and find an opening toward the back stairs. It's just World Edit. They have to worry about being close up, and Waylander gone down. Just World Edit remaining. Period. Good headshot on the first. Nearly finds a second shot into JDM, but his SMG will prevail. And now we do have that 9-9 score. And I'm just looking at the money because they've built up a decent economy with the SMGs. Liquid's in a great spot, but if they go bonus here and win it, they're going to be above 10k.
Yeah, but Flipside were very disciplined in their 4 spies in the second round. Only a couple of players getting those upgraded weaponry, and you can see we have got the AWP for JDM. And,
yeah, they've upgraded completely.
I think that's the wise choice here. They don't want to take any risks. Let's make sure we win these rounds. The CT's always in the first gun round here after losing the pistol. We're going to be a little bit weak. You can see they've only got 1 kit, haven't got 5 incendiary, so this is a good round. Let's make sure you guarantee the victory. Get rid of the SMGs, and let's see whether we can actually get another 5-0 here.
Oh, Hiko. He actually dropped down, and Waylander peeked out as he looked away. It's a big pick for them to get early Flipside, and Elise wants to try and walk in, look for that headshot potential at jump. No one there. No need to be jumping there anymore. You've already got 1 kill and got some information that they're inside those tunnels. That's all you need with the jump. That's all you're looking for anyway. So set up your crossfires and hold down the fort. That's what they're going to try and do. 3 still in B, 2 still on A. With a forward stance as well right now coming out from Electronic. It also means they won't be able to get map control easily on A, having lost the first pick on B.
We'll have a look at the available utility. JDM still the AWP man advantage, of course, but they have got the smokes and the Molotovs. No real map control. They are edging towards the B bomb site. Smokes start to come in, just trying to bait out whatever may be available for the CTs, but the rotation from connector towards the A side, it seems like that's where they'll end up. Can still do an execution here. The bomb's still towards B, though. You can see that. It's in the hands of JDM. It's quite strange for the AWPer to have it at this stage of the round, but we'll see whether he comes all the way back round. By himself as well, though. This could be a little bit dangerous. They will end up back towards that B side. JDM goes down at this point, though. No one to back him up. Could be very dangerous indeed. And there it is. He gets to swap the bomb over. That's the correct call to make.
But Electronic's timing right now. He's getting closer and closer to the flank. And they're still sitting in construction. 1-for-1 exchange. That's going to hold them up. Electronic goes fast right now. He'll catch off Nitro and ELEAGUE. Exactly that. Already goes down Nitro. Down goes ELEAGUE. Electronic with both. And Pimp dies on the way through Monster.
Time to perfection there. You can see it. You spotted it. Electronic coming with the backstab there. As soon as they come in towards B, he opens the door. Hello. 2 frags in the back there. Yeah, that paints a picture, does it not? Nitro, rough tournament from him so far. Not the player we used to be seeing on these kind of big tournaments, normally posting 20 bombs every single time, but not really getting going whatsoever. And it's him and ELEAGUE, that tag team duo, feeling the brunt of it from the backstab. And it will be Flipside picking up the gun round here, and that's a difficult round for Liquid. They still have money available. 2 players are on the $6,500 mark, but 2 of them below 3k as well. So working out what they're going to do. Another timeout for Liquid, just to kind of control themselves. They are a very emotional team, and we'll see whether Zeus can just recalibrate them and get them back in the zone. As we go into round number 20 here, Flipside take the lead once more, 10-9. I have to say, in the gun rounds, Flipside have been dominating so far.
Yeah, there's no question about that. 3 rounds after pistol for Liquid. Both teams did win their respective T-sided pistols.
Well, they are taking the eco here. Certainly could have bought up. It wouldn't have been the best buy.
I correct that. Sorry, Liquid did win the first pistol, so they won both.
Yeah,
so you're right. The gun rounds have been just absolute stomps.
Yeah. So they could have bought this round. 2 players on the $65 mark, but I think they just want to actually up their chance instead of having a couple of players on UMPs or Tech 9s, for example. Let's see what we can do here. Execute with the Tech 9s. We've got a couple of smokes here. Get the bomb down. Let's get ourselves in a decent position. And they have got some bathroom control, but Wild Edit has got the open, looking to cause some damage here as ELEAGUE. And oh god, Hiko 40 is about to be a goner.
Flash through. Nitro temporarily held in place. Wild Edit still looking out toward long, is trying to spot anyone working down that position, but Nitro just sitting in the bathroom door, hasn't had anyone peek out against him yet, and he's hoping that they'll push through and get aggressive and he can catch them off. Meanwhile, rotation's back over toward B. Waylander and Markelov are still ready for this.
They still have the smokes available. It looks like they end up towards B. They have the Molotov for the barrels area. They'll smoke towards Heaven and the bomb site itself. And the objective of this round, purely get that bomb down, boost the economy going forward. He still can absolutely win these rounds. You just need that running gun potential. Nitro, he's going to try and sell something towards the A side. Doesn't look like Wild Edit's buying.
Well, once all goes to barrels, that's going to be behind where Waylander's playing, though, so they have to check this. Consider it. ELEAGUE doesn't go that direction. Thankfully, spots him before JDM gets hit because he's planting the bomb. That's their best chance in this round as they go down now to a 3 versus 2. Once more, Hiko picks up 1, but dies immediately after, and World Edit will close it out. It goes 11 rounds for Flipside.
Pretty much pans out exactly how we described. They're going to be building up, trying to get that bomb down. It does work out. Nitro, yes, he dies straight away towards the A side, but he actually keeps World Edit towards that position. It's not going to be the fastest of rotations. He'll be doubting as to whether there's more terrorists behind him. So execution works out towards B. Here's a shot we didn't see from Wild Edit towards Nitro. Actually, quite a nice little shot there. Bomb goes down though, and now we have a nice healthy buy for Team Liquid going into round number 21 now. But the lead has been extended. It's 11-9 in favor of Flipside. And we'll see the buy come in. JDM, he has got the AWP. You can see now they have got all the smokes, the Molotovs they need. Molotovs can be very important in this map, flashing out some key choke points. Blade, decent spawn there. We haven't seen a huge amount of aggression from the CTs here. Maybe this is the perfect round to do it. Just when you know they're about to adjust, they've got the full buy now. You know they're taking a little bit of a hit in terms of the economy, maybe planning a set piece going forward. And they are going to be sending one player towards one. They're trying to great advantage tournament, but commits to the full crowd spray. Nitro takes him down.
Nitro not only needing the kill for personal reasons and morale boosting, but finally getting an opening for them on that. It's going to allow ELEAGUE to take long. Quick flash into bathrooms, clear it himself. This gives them map control, and Blade knows with that flash going off inside the bathrooms, he has to backpedal slightly, get toward the site, and as he does so, JDM's already got World Edit down. This is a great opening. Pimp, he finds Waylander looking for a flank as well. This is just suddenly working out perfectly, and they know if that flank is that far in effect, the rotations likely are as well. They can slow the pace and dictate which bomb site they go to. Look at Blade. Getting so aggressive. ELEAGUE spots him though. Good pick as well. It's on to just Markelov. They can go either way they like. 1 versus 5. Misses this first shot. Does find Nitro though. Drops bomb temporarily. 17 HP though in 55 seconds. Nearly lined up, I have to say, but I was going to say it's a long shot, and that's exactly how it turns out to be. 11-10, Liquid bring it back to within 1.
Well, Flipside changing the pace up there a little bit. Like I said, good time to do it. You know they've just stabilized their money. They might be planning a set piece, a change of their tactics. To be fair, that looked like a bit of a Hail Mary play. Yes, Electronic, very, very skilled player. One of the breakout performances, I'd say, of 2016. But that push toward long, for me, not very convincing. No flashes used, didn't seem to be any rhyme or reason behind it. Just rushes long, hopes for the best of the AK. Gets caught out, sees 2 targets, commits to a full crowd spray, and gets punished for it as well. His team have to react, but now it's actually pushed out another eco. Flipside just with the PT50s and a couple of flashes. No particular stack being spotted so far. But once again towards that connector position. Gonna be phased with this just yet. I think they could have heard the PT50s being fired, so they're going to slow things right down at this point. They've got a full array of utility. All you need to do is hold up and actually smoke it off, Molotov out the key positions, and you can see that smoke off a choke point like that. Gives you some cover towards middle. That's getting some map control, stick as a team, and it should be absolutely fine at this point. They're approaching this very nicely indeed so far.
Nitro has to be wary of the smoke directly in front of him.
Don't walk through it.
And he's going to. Flash goes in, but they check to the left. Not the right. Good read from ELEAGUE to turn back in time because left was clear. Have to consider the possibility they'll get Markelov down, but Waylander's found 1 kill in return here, so they've still got this to a 4 versus 4, and they got an AK out of that.
Absolutely. Well, Waylander now can cause some damage. He's got a smoke and a PT50 in the backup as well, but 4 and 4 for now. Blade probably has to fall back and fully commits, goes with the latter, and does get taken down by JDM now.
Nitro's going to try and Molotov in behind the truck. Flush them into the open at the exact time. ELEAGUE is waiting for them inside a bathroom. Hiko there as well. Good pick from Hiko to take down Electronic. 2 still in behind that truck though, just getting tagged and getting lined up. ELEAGUE, good entrances through. It's going to put him at 23 after, well, 23 rounds.
That's a classic example of what we call aim punch in this game. You can see Waylander, yes, he had the AK-47, but as soon as one bullet hit his foot, aim flicks up in the air and you can't really do anything about it. That's why you need body armor in this game. And yeah, they find 1 kill, but 11-11, Matt.
It's our score.
Time we've seen it. Yep.
It's the first time we've seen it this tournament, for us at least.
There it is. Well then, in terms of money now, AWP comes out, but a FAMAS and a UMP. Couple of kits for Flipside. They tried the aggressive play before. It actually looked very strong on this. Their default, I'd say. Let's get back to that. But Electronic looks like he's hungry once again. Nading in towards the playground. Doesn't commit. Just going to be trying to get that nade in. Does no damage just yet. Wallbangs coming in from Liquid. Just going to be seeing whether anything is available for them, but no damage exchange as of yet.
Molotov on Monster.
Laying down smoke.
Not a smoke out early, but Hiko still wants to try and peek through it. Now they'll get a smoke down toward the mouth. If you're wondering why it's called Monster, it's for the graffiti above it. That's why I use the word mouth as well. How fitting, Henry.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Thanks. It's actually a portrait of you. You do like that face. Yeah. Nitro. It's going to start to push through bathrooms world, but it backs away at exactly the right time and a counter flash to make sure he gets all the way down this corridor. It gets the op safely inside of the site. I thought they might go for the Park Sign boost with it, but Electronic's just going to sit there and hope for a... Looks like he's got a smoke pull, but I'd say a pop flash. No, it is a flash. Okay, so he's ready to try and pop out. Take down front bathrooms as Nitro once more will set for a Molotov. Doesn't want to pull it just yet. Waits for his team to get in place, but he's got long covered off. It's up to them to clear the rest of bathrooms.
They have got that map control obtained. Nitro towards long. They have the smokes and flashbangs available. You can see the CT's not playing in front of them, so they can actually do very well here. It's up to Electronic, who's the only forward player. It's up to World to bait him in. Let's see where we can be successful here. 25 seconds remaining. The final commitment will be established at this point.
Same Molotov as last time. Double smokes out at the front. This means they can get more forward inside of the site, though. They may even boost above default. They've done it. Electronic's going to be up there. World Edit finds one, and he's got vision on ELEAGUE. That was the man last time. They got all the kills. Electronic, though, countered out by Eco. A lovely shot as Pimp will follow it. They've got this to a man advantage and a bomb plant in. A flank coming around as well. This is going to separate both of the people trying to retake Markelov. He's already on the stairs, but he's got to wait up for Waylander, who's going to be pushing front bathrooms at the exact time Pimp goes in behind. If he slows, thankfully does, he won't be heard. But distraction coming through as Markelov finds one behind Truck. This is going to mean Hiko can't overstep the mark. They've got to hold the default, and Waylander's going to put himself in the open. Gets shot in from bathrooms. Pimp nearly misses it. That could have been awkward.
Yeah,
because it's all down to Markelov. This should be it.
It's the two players coming in with the lesser weaponry as well. No kits available. Markelov might just want to save the AK at this point. I don't think he can escape the blast spray. It's going to be very close indeed as he makes his way out. Nice work from Hiko there. You can see they had a plan. They knew he'd be towards long, but he's protecting himself. Markelov, just about. If he gets to like 10 meters further, he could have actually survived there. But there it is. Liquid now do take the lead. Nice work there. It looked like Flipside had that one established. Electronic gets on top of the bomb site. I thought he was going to start locking them down. World Edit controls the risk potential towards long as well. But it's that shot from Hiko. That secures the round pretty much, and the tag team combo from Pimp as well. Very, very good stuff there, and you can see he's not too happy about it.
Yeah, Blade's wondering how that falls apart.
Yeah, it looks very promising, right? They had like 10 seconds remaining. They locked them out with their own smokes as well. We thought that was going to be a Flipside round coming in, and another eco for them. It's going to be Liquid with potentially 13-11 here. And Blade once again pushes this connector area. Going to have two players towards long as well. They have got 5.7s, Deagles, and P250s. One HE grenade and one flash. No particular stack coming in, but there's one player towards long. That will be Electronic. 5.7. Pretty quiet in the second half so far, but once again, Liquid being very disciplined here, not giving anything away. Every angle they're holding is advantageous. Be allowing themselves to get picked off one by one at this point.
ELEAGUE starts to try and take out toward party. Molotov goes back tree. Molotov's forward at that missed shot. JDM, thankfully, ELEAGUE. He's got his accuracy. 25th kill, 24 rounds in. He continues to get one at least a round throughout this course, or throughout the course of the major. And obviously that massive performance yesterday. World Edit tries to find him in turn, but can't do it with just the pistol. Tags him up, has to back away. 56 HP remaining for ELEAGUE. Go hunting, has to watch for Blade. Oh, massive tag on a Nitro. He actually took him down to 13 with a headshot into his teammate, and JDM will finally step out with a Tech 9. He's had enough of it. Gets down the player, pushes him back, gets the more map control. ELEAGUE finally gets the kill he was seeking, and it's a 5 versus 2.
Yeah, guaranteed round at this point. How much damage can the remaining CTs do? Markelov finds an HE kill there, but ELEAGUE swiftly takes him down. Just Waylander coming in the back at this point. Deagle in hand, and that's a hell of a headshot, taking down Pimp. Just trying to damage the economy any way he can, but it's going to be ELEAGUE to finish things off there. 13-11.
If you're Nitro right now, you just have to laugh. You get blasted by your teammate, and then a stray nade comes through and kills you. After the game you're having, like that, I would just laugh and say, you know what, this is just my luck today.
Sometimes, Matt, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And
yeah, exactly.
6 for 17, it's not been great so far. Plenty of ways to watch E-League Major. That is quite a nice little setup there. You've got the Mac, the iPad, and the PC going on. Yeah, that's not too bad.
And he's obviously got more than one streams, because I think the interactive stuff's going on the E-League website as well, so you can go check that out. So he can also mute us there, which is that's a feature in itself.
That's why most people go there.
Exactly.
Well then, it's going to be round number 25 here, and Flipside, like we said, I think they've been dominating the gun rounds. The second half though, Liquid, after winning the pistol, seemed to have kind of stabilised. They took the full amount of pause time available to them in the halftime break, so seemed to be revitalised as we're going to round number 25. This is obviously a big round here. Liquid getting ever closer to picking up their first victory here at the major.
Nitro getting a kill, important one, traded back though, but that's all he needs. At this point, just go 1 for 1. Get your job done. 1 for 1 will still favor the offense in this case. It thins the defense.
Yep.
Depends on the rotations slightly on overpass, because they can still stack up inside the B site, but they aren't doing that. There's only 2 here. Flashed off as well. They have to play inside the pit. And Waylander trying to spot above, knows they're in from Monster. But Molotov's going to force him out. Hiko holds the angle. Markelov now tries to backpedal to get that kill. No trade potential coming over the edge of the railing. So Markelov does well, but tags himself up in the flames. And goes down to 33, leaves himself exposed. Electronics burn one. Electronic catches Elise on the refrag. It's still working out. They've pulled this back, Flipside into a 2 versus 1. And Bomb is down inside of B site, not planted.
Yeah, Pimp now with no nades, and the AK has got 100 HP, but such a huge advantage with CTs, especially with World Edit. He's got the AW peak and has hold a real far angle at that point. Back his teammate up, wait for the commitment. Pimp won't have time at this point to actually get the bomb, rotate to the other side. They can just actually make him commit at this stage and make it to one-on-one situation if they want to, but at this point, just forced to plan out. That's when you face together.
Pimp tries to find a stray bullet through.
Make him
A
plus.
small wall, you're dead right. Make a play, spot to the head though. Not a position where you can get repeaked. He knows World that it's over there, but he's in behind the boards. Wrap around coming in though. This puts him in an awkward position. Still finds the shot. Lovely from Pimp. He's isolated it back, but time is gone. And Electronic will take him down after the round. That's big as well late in the game.
Well, there it is. And it's interesting, the AWP went down at that point. I didn't think he had the face. He hadn't the bomb. We knew he wouldn't be able to plant at that stage. Give the AWP away, but still, they kill him after the time. You're dead right. Not a huge deal in this scenario because Hiko has scored shy of $16,000 almost to match.
It's true, that makes up for it.
So it's absolutely fine, really. But Flipside win the round. And to be fair, it coming down to 1v1 and them losing the AWP at the end. I'm not sure whether they recovered it. Matt, could you just check for me where they did?
It doesn't look like it.
It might be on the floor though, so have a little.
You're right. You're right. Let me do this thing with my mouse and keyboard like I'm a real gamer.
Don't think they did. I don't think they managed to pick that AWP up. I don't think that was a commitment as required. Like we said, we had a really nice setup there. Bomb wasn't going to go down. And the fact it came down to a 1v1 at the end, they've got so much reinvestment here. They've got to pick up a FAMAS, 2 UMPs, 1 M4. World Edit yet to buy. I think he's got an M4 on the floor. Maybe he has got a sneaky heal. We didn't quite spot there. They did get it picked up. I think he would have had time to get it, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see what he does manage to pick up at the end.
Let's go.
He didn't get it. Okay, so that's actually a really big deal. That's when he started to get back into this game, when he had the AWP. They're going to be very limited this time.
He was
lots of money available, and this is a hard reset as well. They could win this round. That's the GG, because at that point, their 14-12 has to be almost a double eco for Flipside. They have to choose whether they go full eco and go for the overtime play, or they invest into the round and potentially allow Liquid to run away with them.
Yeah, he was down at jungle, so it would have been hard to foresee Electronic making that much ground up to grab it before the round expired. But you're right, even though they win that one, it puts them in a very precarious situation. Waylander's gotten over to the left side of Monster. Markelov plays a little bit closer. They haven't gone for this setup. Front boards, you can play both sides. So basically he can support off to his teammate at Monster, go for trades, but he's still in a position where he can also cover for sandbags.
Yeah, so just even though Pim didn't win that round, him taking that AWP down and it's not being recovered is such a big deal. And we have got a lot of map control established for Liquid as well, already making their way towards the end of long Nitro. He'll be potentially faking this side of the map once again. He uses that smoke just to check towards the end of the long passage there to take the vision away from the CTs, and he's got actually backup coming as well. The bomb's towards the B side of the map, so this is a bit of a ruse. Smoking off, taking vision away from the CTs, heading back towards B. We know they're limited towards this area as well. Waylander, one of the players with just a FAMAS in hand, has to actually negate an entire execution from Team Liquid here.
Waylander's going to hold corner as well. He's not climbed the wall. Flash coming through could wreck him, but get away from that position. And now they reverse it slightly because they both play toward boards. In fact, Markelov's gone all the way back over the stairs, nearly caught by ELEAGUE. That gives it up. Calls being made immediately that they're coming in toward B. The one player on A, Nitro, goes down. Hiko finds an offset kill. Markelov does counter out ELEAGUE on the way through, though. Pimp gets aggressive, wants to wrap in from stairwell because he can't find the player inside the water fast enough. Lovely shot from JDM. 4 seconds. Time is running. Ooh. Bomb gets planted. Still, they've got a one-man advantage on the retake, and they're swarming in on top of the site before they get a post-plant set. But a lovely shot from JDM, and they manage to get back toward Monster. He's going to go for the bold rotation. In fact, they both are. They want to play the trade. Hiko's going to try and be there with the AK. Bomb's planted for it. And they're going to check Monster and realize this is happening. And all attention with the 2 remaining players in the UMPs will go that direction. Blade will get JDM. AK still in play, but Hiko misses the shots. And Markelov, he'll clutch this back and Flipside tie it at 13.
It looked like such a promising situation there for Liquid. 2 players remaining on the CT side with those UMPs. 2 players together for Liquid. They go down one by one. The bomb was down in a good situation for them as well. No nades remaining for Flipside, but they put it off with a closed range encounter there with the SMG. A big round for them to pick up. Not so much in terms of the money game for Liquid, but for themselves. Like I said, if they lose that round, pretty much game over. They managed to hold on just about. It's another 2-on-2, but money's still in a great position. I think they did pick up one of those AWPs, so it's going to be a lot stronger than it was before. 13-13 though, this game is going to go the full distance. That was the round where Liquid could have really closed it out and pretty much established the victory at that point.
Electronic thinks about going out to peek. T stares, backs away, didn't quite have the spawn to get there in time as World Edit backs off as well and back onto his AWP. This becomes very scary for Liquid.
Indeed.
Smoke.
Very, very, very little money left for them.
Yeah, well, it's the same story on either side. Whoever loses this round is going to be at that point. They're going to have to take a pause and work out what's the best process going forward in terms of the buys. Another couple of SMGs here for Flipside. To be fair, the UMP these days, a lot of these top players can be very effective with this weapon, so don't hold that against them.
Flashbang. Laying down smoke.
Quick nade through from Waylander as the smoke dissolves. Same setup, Markelov playing swing position at boards.
Throwing fire.
I've lost my signal, but that's all right. Blade's gonna wrap around. He's still watching out. We're back in just like that. Markelov,
Flashbang.
he's still in the same position and still looking for the same information. The rotations haven't really been needed because they don't have any information just yet, but Nitro's gone out toward the long corner again, and we know he likes to Molotov in behind the truck. No one's playing there, though. It's a more forward stance to be at bathrooms, and those smokes, they could be a problem because the timing of them going down, if Electronic swings out while this boost is happening, oh, and a flash as well, he could catch two. If he goes for this could be a massive problem. Here's the now flash comes through from his teammate. He only gets one. Good response from ELEAGUE. Missed shot from World Edit as well, but they don't want to overcommit. ELEAGUE will find two, and Nitro pushes through, but Blade, big win for him because now they get long covered off. They only have to watch the stairs at the front of the site as Markelov finds the second one on ELEAGUE. Hiko looking both directions, knows he's going to get counter-peeked. Impulse save him. Very, very low HP on Blade. The flank's coming in though. Bomb's not yet planted.
No.
Missed shot from Waylander. 5 seconds. They have to go for the plant. Hiko hits it. Pimp's committing on the open side, and Hiko's going to hold it off for Team Liquid.
The orb shot in the back there had to hit Mav. He gets that shot, which is an absolute sitter as well. It's round one. He whiffs it, and Team Liquid running away with it. What a sloppy round overall. It seemed like there's a lot of panic getting to the closing stages now. Each team knows how much is on the line at this point. ELEAGUE doing so much work to open this one up, but back and forth, and we thought Flipside had done just enough at that stage. That shot in the back though, that was the one, and falls apart for Flipside at that stage. He takes two shots well under there, can't find the one that counts, and there he is slamming the desk.
Those are the rounds that you want Hiko on your team. He's the one that steps up in those situations. That's literally a repeat of the "Are you kidding me" Cloud9 moment where he holds off two players as someone's defusing. That's nuts for him to be able to save his teammate. Pimp had to commit to that plant in the open, and Hiko may only have 19 kills. Those two may be the most important in the entire game.
Absolutely, that was such a big round, and you can see that's reflected right now. Full buy for Liquid, and just PT50 to the USP for Flipside here. This is make or break time. They're going to allow it to get to overtime. I'm going to say that with bated breath. The ecos sometimes do fall apart, but Liquid have been very good on the T side so far, holding them off, so I don't see for any reason why Flipside would steal this round away from them. It's going to be one flashbang. They have got a defuse kit, so it is bought that just in case. It's quite a large investment, all things considered. And here comes flashbang. Looks good, but will be the first couple of frags coming in for Liquid here as Nitro and ELEAGUE start to pick things up.
It's not a bad thought to go out toward long. You don't normally push there late, and the flash actually blinded them. Electronic's still going to play fence. They have to check this. Headshot. They were lined up. Stray bullet. It's Counter-Strike. You can see that hitting sometimes. As Markelov's going to rotate around and back out of this, just needs to get a gun. If he can find one kill and pick one up, that's a win in this situation because Liquid's going to find themselves on that point. Chance to go 1-1 and survive. And I'm going to use the word survive in this tournament because if they want to go any further, Nitro needs to show up. He's still sitting on 8 kills.
Yeah, he's had a real rough tournament. ELEAGUE, 34 kills, man. He has been absolutely lights out this tournament so far. That's got to be close to 70 frags for him so far in this 2 maps.
That's over
alone.
70. 47 and 34. He's over 80
in
almost.
2 maps.
81.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy stuff. But yeah, Nitro, another very, very poor game from him so far. But still, Liquid have found a match point. They've broken down Flipside here. Just Markelov remaining. If he can find an AK and save it, that would be great news. But he might.
Oh,
okay.
JDM had to hit that. The problem is he was the pistol player because he was off the op during the situation. He had got away with that with 3 players around him.
It looked possible at one point if JDM misses that shot, but he pulls out the PT-50 and recovers. But let's have a look at the buy for potentially the last round here. It's number 29, 15-13 in favor of the North Americans. They did win both pistols, been a bit of a roller coaster so far. Flipside at one point looked very dominant, especially on the gun rounds. But Liquid, after the halftime break, have worked things out and got themselves in a very commanding position here. The buy is starting to come in. I assume this is a pause for Flipside, and what a time to take it. It's make or break, and it's going to be a FAMAS and 2 M4s purchased so far. Waylander only has $4,200 World Edit. More importantly, he's only got 3k mat. He can't afford the AWP, so they're going to be very limited here. won't necessarily have kits or the utility to work with. What's the game plan here? Do you hold up in the default, try and hold off the full executions, or do you go aggressive and actually try and push in?
Blade bought 3950, and still, is that 100 that he has left, or 1,000? It's okay, it's 100. My mistake. I thought it was 1,000. I was going to say, why at this point, why wouldn't you drop the AWP for World Edit? But stand corrected, it's 100 that he's got left over.
Well then, here we go. Like we said, very limited by the flip side. Need to try and get these 2 in a row to just force it to overtime. Very unlikely, all things considered. They have 1 kit, 1 SMG, 1 FAMAS as well. So, as I said, need to make a decision. Do you push in aggressively, try and find the first pick, get something working in your favor? Do you hold back, try and get the crossfires and the synergy, the teamwork to establish this potentially last round going in their favor?
4 players toward long. Pimp holding off in connector for anyone that wants to push through.
Throwing smoke.
We saw him successfully take down Waylander on a flank play earlier in the half.
Once again, though, Liquid have got this full long control very, very early on. There's a lot you can do with this. We've seen him do the fakes, and he spots a player towards APC as well. If he jumps again, JDM's ready to blow his head off.
The one thing they know from this, though, is that he's boosted. He's not on Flower Pot, so they know there's multiple players out there.
Well, then, it's getting quite tense now. Looks like an air execution will be the final play here from Liquid. Smoke's starting to rain in at this point. Electronic won't be Molotov down, but the smoke lands in his position. Does he stay in this or fall back?
So there's 2 things that can be found from that. One is you hear it tag him. 2 is the smoke's going to be out of place even though you threw it right. So why is that? So you have to check. You have to consider. Waylander goes down, but now Electronic pushes through that smoke. Pimp's got him. It's on to Blade. Flash comes through as well, and ELEAGUE has already taken World Edit. It's looking good for Liquid, but Blade's the last test, and he goes down. It's JDM now. Markelov that has to hold off. He's got 2 already. Pimp's down. Bomb is inside of the site, and it's still got lots of time. 26 seconds, but it's an AWP in JDM's hands to try and find where Markelov's gone. Shoulder shown. Free fire in, and Markelov might just do enough. He's got it to 14 rounds for Flipside.
A 3-on-1, and who better to pick it up than Markelov? Liquid. Oh, it's so devastating to watch sometimes. They get so close, and these big rounds that let them down, going in 1 by 1 at that point. Fair play, very well done from Markelov there, but it's going to be gutting for Liquid. They thought they'd just done enough there to get the entry frags. They had the control, and Zeus, he is not happy about it, but they're still believing they still have the huge advantage here. I think the money, it's not great, you know. I've seen a UMP purchased. Big round there, Blade, the in-game leader, getting excited after Markelov with a world-class performance.
Crucially, they've got the money for an AWP on JWM. Or why have I done that again? JDM.
That's a new one.
I said JWM yesterday too.
Yep.
All right.
Skadooey, JWM. You just keep making them
it's
up.
Fine. It's in my head. I've created this master class of players, and I'm just merging all these talents.
Right. Okay.
So we've got the hybrid aggressive JW style with the consistent relaxed lounging of JDM.
Right. Oh, that's good. Well, at least you saved that one.
All planned. Ruined.
Saved. Anyway, well, here we go then. The actual final round here. I can't believe Markelov pulled that one off. If Liquid go on to lose this game, they'll be so gutted. That was the one. That was it. 3 versus 1. No money really available for Flipside that previous round. They have got the orb this time though. A UMP, 2 FAMASes, and aggressive. We go as ELEAGUE pushes towards mid of an SMG of his own. Electronics in the connector, about to go face to face with Pimp. Doesn't seem like he will be fully aware he is there. Doesn't check this tight corner. Distracted for now. The refract should come in. There it is from Electronic.
They'll swap immediately onto an AK and upgrade. But a trade can still favor the offense. The problem is they don't have map control off of it this time. So if the next kill fast enough comes in from World Edit, for example, that's a big tag. It's massive for them, and Electronic actually takes advantage of the fact they're chasing him down, but it's traded out by ELEAGUE, who stays on the UMP, doesn't go down for the AK. It's there. Yes, there you go, Young John. Thank you. But look in front of him. Look at that X-ray. Door open. Waylander's in the water. Not even going to check it. And they've managed to hold this off despite some very awkward battles, especially that headshot through the smoke on World Edit. But pull this back into their favor despite first pick as well going against them.
Well, here we go. 3-on-2 now. Liquid. They can pick this up. They avoid the overtime. It would be so beneficial at this point. Flipside been on the ropes to the last 3 or 4 rounds. These horrible buys. Now they have got the man advantage here. 40 seconds remaining. He goes in first. He's only got the SMG backed up by the JDM AWP. That's the big story here. Can he actually find the first pick here? The B-bomb site relatively open for now. Just one player waiting towards jungle. That's going to be Waylander.
JDM inside of the site with bomb. That's the big thing here, is that he actually does have the bomb. Not just the AWP to post up and get position, but that smoke being deployed. That'll have been heard. Waylander. He's going to wrap around and try and get toward Monster. And JDM, as he backs away, better be ready for that because I don't think they know he's there. They've got no idea. Thankfully, Hiko's looking that direction. He's going to spot his life. Fires early, holds it down, and he's got an AK to work with. JDM just has to watch the front of the sight. Nearly misses it, but turns back in time, and it's down to just Markelov. It's overtime, or it's Markelov going down and Liquid going 1-1. Smoke off on the bomb. It's not going to cover the whole thing. It's trying to bait them out. He's found Hiko. Good shot. Could Markelov really do this again? JDM's got it off. He's got to back away. Caught jumping in Markelov. He's got the time, but no kit. Oh, and he's off it. He's missed it. He's not on it inside the smoke. It's done. He knows it now. And Liquid's actually going to move on.
Markelov, another performance from him. A sigh of relief from Liquid. The 1 versus 2. He pulls it off. It doesn't have the kit. It's been a battle of attrition here at this point. Every round's been difficult for them, but they